Good morning. Welcome back, student. Today we are going to continue with the chapter Useful and Harmful Microbes. So let's begin. In the previous module, we had learned about the useful bacteria, microorganism, lactobacilli and rhizobium. Student, as you all know, lactobacilli is used in the process fermentation, where it converts the dairy product into other many edible product. And student, rhizobium is also a useful microbes. As you all know, it is used as a nitrogen fixation. Because of it, many chemical fertilizer has been stopped. It is the alternative use for a chemical fertilizer. Now student, in this module, you're going to learn about yeast and antibiotics. Student, let us see some of the information about yeast. Student, yeast is used in a food production. Yeast have two main uses in food production: baking and making alcoholic beverages. They have been used in this way since ancient times. There is evidence that ancient Egyptians used yeast in bread making, and we have been making fermented drinks like beer and wine for millennia. Yeast belong to the kingdom fungi. Student, one more important thing about yeast related to our health is that yeast keeps your digestive system healthy and in balance. The right amount in your body helps your immune system to do its job. Yeast is part of a healthy mix of bacteria in your gut. It can help you to absorb vitamins and minerals from your food and even fight diseases. Even also, most breads and some baked goods such as muffins, biscuit, croissant or cinnamon rolls are made from yeast. Even cereal products, alcohol, especially beer, wine and ciders, they all are made from yeast. Even vinegar and foods containing vinegar such as pickles or salad dressing, these all food products are made from yeast. Even idli you like to eat, it is also made with the help of yeast. Though the process of fermentation, yeast converts sugar into carbon dioxide and alcohol. These two byproducts make yeast an extremely useful tool in food production. Carbon dioxide is what gives alcoholic beverages such as beer and champagne their characteristic bubbles and is also responsible for rising bread. As you can see, this is the batter for making idli, dosa. This is dhokla, is also made with the help of yeast. This is the fermented batter consists of useful microbe, that is yeast. Even yeast is used for making bread. This is the dough of a bread. Students, let's try an activity. Bring an active dry yeast from the market. Mix a spoonful of yeast, 2 spoonfuls sugar with a sufficient quantity of lukewarm water. lukewarm water in a bottle. Fix a colorless transparent balloon on the mouth of that bottle. Student, now observe the changes. So student, you will see that the balloon is filled with gas. As you can see here, how the balloon is filled with a gas. Now mix lime water with the gas, that gas which is filled in the balloon, accumulated in the balloon. Collect that lime water in a beaker and observe it. So student, you will notice a white color precipitate. Now take a drop of that white color solution from the bottle on a glass slide. Put a cover slip over it and observe it under the compound microscope. Store the solution in the bottle carefully. Student, in the microscope you will observe the colorless oval cells of yeast. Some of those cells may have a small round bodies attached to them. As you can see how the small round bodies attached to them. These are new daughter cells of yeast in the process of formation. This method of asexual reproduction is called budding. Student, as you can see, there's a mature in this process. A mature yeast cell will be there during a favorable condition, that is favorable climatic condition. They will give a formation of a small bird. As you can see how bird is attached. That bird is going to develop, that nucleus is going to divide itself, and again after some time it forms a daughter cell, that is new baby yeast, that is daughter yeast cell. Student, yeast is a heterotrophic fungal growth that grows on carbon compound. Student, yeast is a unicellular fungus with 15,000 different species in existence. Unicellular means consisting of a single cell. Okay, and how many species are there of this yeast? 1500. Okay, even student, this yeast cell is a eukaryotic type of cell. Eukaryotic means whether it's a unicellular, then also it will be having one cell, single cell, but that single cell will be fully developed. Okay, it will consist of a nucleus, it will consist of a cell organelles and whatever the component of cell organelles are there, they also will be present in the single cell, and all the activities is carried within a single cell. So they are eukaryotic. As I told you, yeast is a unicellular fungus with 1500 different species in existence. In the above experiment, yeast grows and multiplies very quickly due to carbon compounds in the sugar solution. In the process of obtaining nutrition, yeast cells convert the carbohydrate in that solution into alcohol and carbon dioxide. This process is called fermentation. This conversion of carbohydrate into alcohol and carbon dioxide is called fermentation. So student, how is bread made? did you thought of this? Let's see how this bread is made. So student, first of all let us see the ingredients for making bread. So for making bread you need maida, original ghee, salt, table salt, milk and yeast. Now the steps of making bread are, as ingredients you are going to mix it. Okay, mix water, grains, salt, yeast, all the ghee, mix it well. Then after mixing, just keep it for resting for some time. After resting, take it and try to knead it. Okay, kneading, gunna. After kneading, try, it will rise. Okay, as you can see there will be rising. Then after that you are going to shape it. Okay, take out from the container and shape it. After shaping it will again rise. So after rising just keep it in oven for baking, and after some time take out it and leave it for cooling and then eat it. Students, do you know often alcohol is produced along with sugar in sugar factories? Molasses is produced from sugarcane juice. It is rich in carbohydrates. Molasses is fermented with the help of yeast called Saccharomyces. This is the yeast. During that process, ethanol, that is C2H5OH, alcohol is produced as a primary product and ester and other alcohols as secondary products. Student, spirit and other alcohols can be obtained from ethanol. Ethanol is also a smokeless and high quality fuel. Besides molasses, maize, barley and other grains are also used for industrial production of ethanol. Glucose and fructose, the sugars present in grape juice, are also produce the alcohol which is used for making wines. Student, ethanol is used as a biofuel. As you can see here, with the help of photosynthesis, plant prepare their food, and then ethanol plant is there. With the help of that, ethanol is produced. Then 85% ethanol fuel is there. It gives flexible fuel to vehicle. Okay, that releases carbon dioxide, which gas only carbon dioxide as a pollution, which is again taken up by the plant, and again the cycle goes on continuously. So this is the best fuel, that is biofuel. Why? Because it releases only carbon dioxide as a pollution. Student, let us see about bioremediation. A yeast, Eurovia lipolytica, is used to absorb the toxins released during the production of palm oil and the heavy metals and minerals released in some other industrial processes. Saccharomyces cerevisiae is used for absorption of a pollutant arsenic. Oil spills in ocean are cleaned with the help of alkanivorex bacteria. Our next topic is antibiotics. Student, carbon compounds obtained from some bacteria and fungi for destroying or preventing the growth of harmful microorganisms are called antibiotics. So, antibiotics mainly act against bacteria. Some antibiotics can destroy protozoa. Student, there are two types of antibiotics. One is broad spectrum and second one is narrow spectrum antibiotics. Student, broad spectrum antibiotics. Some antibiotics are useful against a wide variety of bacteria. So that they are called broad spectrum antibiotics. For example, ampicillin, amoxicillin and tetracycline, etc. When pathogen cannot be identified, even though the symptoms of diseases are visible, broad spectrum antibiotics are used. Next is, whenever a pathogenic microorganism is definitely known, then narrow spectrum antibiotics are used. Examples are penicillin, gentamicin, erythromycin, etc. There's institutes at work. The National Institute of Virology, established in the year 1952 in Pune, undertakes research related to diseases like measles, jaundice, fever, and diseases of the lungs. This support from the World Health Organization. So student, here are the points to remember which you had learned in this entire module, that is video. So yeast is a heterotrophic fungal microbe that grows on carbon compounds. Yeast is a unicellular fungus with 1500 species in existence. Molasses is fermented with the help of yeast called Saccharomyces. Oil spills in ocean are cleaned with the help of alkanivorous bacteria. Carbon compounds obtained from some bacteria and fungi for destroying or preventing the growth of harmful microorganisms are called antibiotics. I want you to do a small assignment based on this module. Define antibiotics, write the different uses of yeast, write the uses of Saccharomyces cerevisiae, and the last, explain the types of antibiotics with examples. Student, today we will stop here. In the next module, we will learn some more topics of this chapter. If you like my video and you want me to make such an educational video, do like, share and subscribe my YouTube channel. Till then student, take care. Thank you.